Welcome to Unprofessional Movie Discussion, and today we're discussing the Terminator. I enjoyed this movie like when I was a kid. It's a really good movie. I really do enjoy it. It has really good action. It has a pretty decent love story. And the visual effects, or the special effects are, they might be old, but, it's done pretty good. The one thing about the special effects I have to say is that stop motion Terminator is very weird because it looks so bad. that's only like effect I think it's really bad. I know about the whole Robert Arnold kind of looking thing, but that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, considering the time that this movie was made, everything they were doing was cutting edge at the time. Like when I first saw the movie, I thought, even though all this stuff looks old, but it looks really good for the time. And I agree with you, the stop motion stuff could have been done a little better, but we don't give it a pass because it was made in the early 80s. Yeah, this is probably the most original story I've seen in a movie at the time, and I love how it's all action centered around a romance story. That was something that was really good, really interesting.
And you know what's so good about movies from the 80s is everything is practical effects, or miniatures and practical effects is really cool. When you have your opening the opening scene with all the skulls, and with Carl's nightmares, you see like the tank and the HK and their little models as well. That's what really cool. You can tell the projection screening on the background with some of the stuff. That's noticeable, but it doesn't interfere with the story overall.
Yeah, all the effects they do is like cutting edge all the time. It all looks good. Like, you feel like the tanks are there, you feel like the HK's there, you feel like the Terminator is there, and you feel like everything that's going on is happening, and because that's how good they did it.
Yeah.
And with very minimal computer animation, just for certain things like to put in the lasers and a couple other minor things. But overall, they did it as practical as possible.
Yeah. So, the year is 1984. A Terminator is sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor, who is the mother of the future resistant John Connor. He requires clothes and stuff, and he kills some punks. Next, Carl Reese comes back, drops from the sky kind of thing, sees a bum. Bum's like, "Hey buddy, did you see a real bright light?" He gets chased by the cops for some reason. I'm not sure why he gets chased by the cops. That's what I always thought. Like, why is he's just there, and then they look at him and it's like, let's just chase this guy. I'm not completely sure why. Anyway, Carl gets the cop's gun, gets into the shop, takes clothing, shoes, gets out, and looks for Sarah. Cut to Sarah. She's on her way to work as a waitress, and she's either a terrible waitress or she is trying, it's just the customers are being jerks.
You see that she's trying to live like a regular everyday today life, and you see who she is as a regular human being, and I thought that was good. And those guys don't know if they're giving her a hard time on purpose to make fun of her, or they're giving her a hard time because the game is actually wrong.
Yeah, like she gets the order wrong, and then the kid puts ice cream in her pocket dress.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, and the guy's like, "Nice one, kid. Might as well give you the tip." It's like, oh, nice, bro.
Yeah. and then her cool friend comes along. It's like, It's like, look at it this way. In 10,000 years, who's gonna care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Terminator's off to a gun shop, and he gets his guns, and he has his, phase plasma rifle and foot range and shit, and it's like the Uzi 9mm.
Yeah.
Gets all the guns and kills the gun shop guy.
Yeah.
And Kyle, he picked up a gun from the cop and a shotgun from the police car, and he cuts the stock bit to conceal it under his jacket. Yeah, and got some string in, yeah. So basically, all the way from when Sarah leaves her work to the nightclub, everything's just going. Carl gets a nightmare. The Terminator is on his way to find, the Terminator has found 2 Sarahs now.
Yeah.
And has got it incorrect. Well, he's just eliminating all the Sarahs just to make sure, so he doesn't, instead of just shooting 1 Sarah, he has to make sure pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, in between then and the nightclub pretty much, it's just Carl Reese doing something, the Terminator hunting Sarahs.
Yeah.
And then the nightclub happens, and the nightclub's called Tech Noir, and I think that's a brilliant name for a nightclub. Tech Noir.
Yeah.
Very future, very something,
Yeah. It's good to add to the whole futuristic idea of the story.
Because I think there's because you got your tech crap and you got your sort of noir kind of thing going on in the Terminator. And it's really good, really good naming of that.
Yeah.
And then Carl and the Terminator arrive at a nightclub because Sarah ran in there because she's scared. Anyway, and then one of the coolest scenes of the movie happens, right? When the Terminator turns back around and he sees Sarah, and everything just goes in slow-mo, and this tense build-up is building up.
Yeah.
And then the shootout happens with the Terminator and Kyle, and things happen. And the most memorable line in the movie happens.
Come with me if you want to live.
Kyle and Sarah are chased by the Terminator, where he loses eyebrows and gets a haircut.
Yeah.
Just because of a fireball.
Yeah.
And so they go to an underground car park. Kyle tells Sarah what a Terminator is, and she doesn't believe him.
Yeah. Yeah, she's telling her about Terminators, it's about why she's getting targeted, where he's from. She's being all, oh, you sound like you're high or you're on something, and you're not making any sense. And then he gives off this one particular line. Listen to me and understand that Terminator's out there. It can't be bargained with, it can't be reasoned. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and absolutely will not stop ever until she's dead. And then the whole gravity of what's going on finally hits her.
And that's when she's like, can you kill her? And he's like, the weapons he doesn't know. And then she's sort of she sticks with him, and a car chase happens again. Car chase happens again with the Terminator shooting his gun, and Kyle's shooting back, and it's kind of funny, because of movie physics, there's holes in the car door where Sarah is, and I'm like, if there's holes in the car door, it would have hit Sarah Connor.
Yeah, some of those holes would have hit her.
Yeah, movie physics say no. Yeah. But anyway, they stop before they collide into a wall, and the Terminator hits the wall dead on, and all the cops come along. And then the Terminator disappears. Now, I'm not sure why he just disappears. He could have been a little too damaged to keep up with the cops.
Yeah.
Or they just did it because.
Yeah. Then Sarah and Cole get captured and they get taken for interrogation and to find out what's going on. And Sarah just found out her best friend was murdered, so she's heartbroken about that. And Cole tells the whole truth, and yet, like Sarah in the beginning, everyone's like, what the fuck is this going on? And the psychiatrist, what's his name?
Dr. Silverman.
Dr. Silverman's
I can't believe you forgot his name!
I forgot his name for a second.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Silverman's like, oh, he can make a career out of the shit that Carl's driven about. So he's only thinking about his future career and not thinking about the safety of Sarah and all that. While the cops are like, oh yeah, we get that Sarah's in trouble because other people with her same name were killed, and also that this guy's gone straight to where she lives, so they know for sure that she's in trouble, but they don't believe what they're saying of why she's in trouble.
Then the Terminator does a little surgery on himself and mends his hand and gets rid of the dead eye and all that stuff. And then he's set up, go to the police station to kill Sarah Connor. And he gets there, and the most memorable line is said in the movie.
I'll be back.
Yeah, he comes back with a car.
Yeah.
Rams the desk sergeant, dead, and starts a shootout with the cops.
Yes. Yes, with both his automatic shotgun and his machine gun, just goes there and starts mowing down cops just to get to Sarah.
Yeah, and now at this point, there's a score that plays, and I think this is like one of the good scores in this movie. I mean, the score overall, the score is good. It's just so overall, the score is really good. The Terminator theme is really good and loud and really dun 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 stuff. It's good. It's good. So anyway, Kyle and Sarah escape from the police station, escape from the Terminator, and spend the night in a tunnel thing.
Yeah, and then she gets told a little bit more about the future because she's curious, and also gets told specifically about her son John. And she nurtures Kyle's wound, and even though he couldn't feel it, he thinks it was nothing compared to what he's used to. And the Terminator's gone to buy his time and to figure out a new plan and of attack, and then they end up catching a truck to go to a motel. To stay safe, and to basically plan their offense for when the Terminator finds them again. So you see the Terminator sitting there going through Sarah's contacts. So the Terminator had grabbed Sarah's contact books when he raided her house looking for her, finds her mum's address and goes there and waits to see if Sarah will contact her mum, which he does, and then gets the address off of Sarah, after mimicking her mum's voice. And Sarah and Kyle are preparing for the Terminator. They have this whole they bond and more or less fall in love. And when they're about to go, they hear the dog of the motel bark, and it's like, oh no, the Terminator's here, we need to go.
Another car chase goes off with the Terminator and all that, Terminator's on a motorbike, they're in a pickup truck, they're chasing him, he's shooting with a machine gun runs out of ammo, then he goes with his revolver, maybe a 44, who knows, he says, pshoo, pshoo, pshoo. And it was like, wow, is that the only guns you brought with you, Terminator? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Sarah's like, pretty much suggested the pipe bombs that they made, and Kyle keeps throwing them and missing, and then he gets shot, and Sarah rams the Terminator onto the barricade, and the truck flips, and the Terminator gets by the truck, and kills the guy, gets in the thing, and he's like, let's get out of here because shit's all messed up. And he's like, get out, and his eyes all there, and he's all red-eye, and his like skull's showing even more.
Yeah.
And he goes off and chases Kyle and Sarah in a truck. Instead of going over the barricades to there himself, and just to go over the barricade, walk down to Sarah and Kyle, and kill him. Instead, he takes the truck, does a U-turn, and goes after them. And the stupid thing is, it's a good movie. The stupid thing is, instead of Sarah like ducking in an alleyway or something, she just runs straight. Why would you run straight?
Yeah.
Gosh. Anyway, so then Kyle gets the pipe bomb, sticks it in the back of the tanker. The tanker explodes with Terminator inside, and the Terminator helps out, and he's like, but there, I'm done for now. And now, oh no, the Terminator's destroyed. Yes, we did it. Oh no, the Terminator just comes back, and he's fully robot. His skin's all gone.
Yeah.
A nice puppet. It's really, really good actually, because they had the upper half of the puppet on someone's shoulder and manipulated that, and then they had a dude with a walker thing doing the legs. That was really cool. But they did have a full-scale Terminator there, but
yeah, for them to look at and to get an idea of how big it is compared to them and what they're running from.
Yep.
Yeah.
We get into this factory where the terrible stop motion is happening.
Yeah.
Close the door on the Terminator, and he's trying to get in.
Yeah, just trying to ram himself through this door that's made of nothing compared to him. And
metal.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a while for him to get through a metal door.
Yeah.
Too bad he didn't have a truck. Oh, anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kyle goes on, starts turning the factory on. He's like, oh, this is cover, so he can't find us under all these machines and all these
hard
things.
To track.
Yeah, make it hard for the Terminator to track them with all the stuff going on all the noise and all the different stuff going on, so he can't find them specifically.
Yeah, the Terminator comes in, and it's like, whoa, look out! And then Sarah presses a button, and it's like, Sarah, you gave away the precision. Oh well,
Yeah.
dead now. Anyway, they go up these stairs, and then it's like, oh, dead end. Go back. Can't go back. That's the Terminator. And it's the weird thing. Like, okay, there's a bit. Okay, it's the camera is on Kyle, and I think it's supposed to be the Terminator's point of view, because in the audio it plays the Terminator Vision audio, but it doesn't show it, which is sort of weird.
Yeah, unlike a previous scene where you see how the Terminator sees, you hear the same sound effects, but it doesn't do the same red thing. And I was like, oh, whoops, mistake there.
Yeah. So anyway, Kyle's hitting it with this pipe, and the Terminator, he's getting smacked around. And I don't know how hard you can hit the puppet, but it's obviously getting some sort of damage to the neck area, because you can see the little wires popping off.
Yeah.
So anyway, blows up the Terminator. Sarah has a metal piece in her leg.
Yeah.
She's all like, oh well, I guess it's over. Then the Terminator comes back, and she has one good leg, and Terminator has no legs at all, and she can't just kind of stand up and climb the stairs or anything. No, instead she crawls away and goes through the machinery and the stuff, gets to the compactor thingy, terminates the fucker, and Terminator is terminated.
Yeah.
And all is good, and then it ends at a petrol station thing, and petrol prices are really, really good there. And she pretty much ends up in a thing where she's recording her experiences, and then it's like the kid says something in Mexican, and she's like, "What did he say?" And he's like, "There's a storm coming," and it's like, "I know." It's like, oh. And then the Terminator theme goes off, and that's the Terminator. A good movie, middle of the mistakes, but overall, a good story. 5 stars.
4.5. Yeah.